Mistress Venat, I'm so glad you're here. No one knows what prompted it, but the alarm was sounded and Ktisis put into a state of alert. Well, we know. Procedure dictated that we evacuate immediately, and we have yet to investigate further. A field of dampening magic is draped over the entire facility, usually in response to escaped entities and the like. Ktisis scholars and observers are unaffected, but everything and everyone else is weakened to a fraction of their usual capabilities. With that enfeebling spell in place, we're not like to be at our fighting best, and I was hardly an effective combatant to begin with. I have little to offer beyond ethereal vision. We got Emmett Silk here. Even a fraction of Emmett Silk is still a whole of most other people, you know? Oh, wow. This place is beautiful. This place looks so dope. This place looks like it could be a Mario Kart course. You know what I mean? Oh, this would totally be a Mario Kart course. On to the next one. Whee! Oh man, we're really going high. Whoa. Yo. Oh, this is going up like to the celestial layer, huh? Is this, would you consider this?
Hear their answers before they're expunged from existence.
I mean, I kind of want to hear the answers too. Like, you know, I'm kind of on your side right here. Winged Defiance, Hermes. I'm curious what all their,
It comes to this.
what everyone else's like final forms look like.
I wish to fight, but this time I cannot yield. Though the world may think me a mad, desperate fool, I will hold fast to my conviction.
Oh, this music. Hermes is done. Good fight. Good fight. Good. GG's. Didn't even die once. Not once.
No!
Okay, maybe once.
My power!
I feel like it was the quest for, you know, the final knowledge, the understanding that brought him to this point. Because he just... The good news is it didn't sound like, you know, like we talked about. The information that he got didn't seem to, you know, take away his hope. Really, he didn't seem like very distraught by that. It was more of a, all right, I just want to hear this until the end. I got some skills. I got some skills. They're hidden.
Over, Hermes. In the name of the Convocation, I hereby take Meteion into custody.
Hidden under years of rust and old age, but they're still there.
And setting aside the matter of your nomination, you will come with us too. We require your knowledge to assess and resolve the situation.
Never seen that before. You were in awe? Well, what can I say? S-rank gameplay over here, baby. Never lose my stacks.
I am so sorry. With that, I could have listened to your report in full. Reflected upon its meaning and conveyed it to others. That they might reconsider their chosen course.
Oh. I see.
But I have failed. And that wish will never be realized. However, ere our fates become the province of others, I bid you tell me just one thing.
I feel like he had a noble...
In those distant stars.
I feel like he had a noble cause. Reconsider is important word there. Yeah.
Was there a reason for living?
Please say yes. for the all that this guy holds dear to his heart, please say yes.
We conducted our search as per your instructions. We scoured historical records, communed with the spirits of the deceased.
Oh, that's handy.
Heard the final testaments of the dying. Welcomed their shadowed hearts into our own. One race had striven to create a world bereft of animosity. They renounced relationships to avoid interpersonal strife. and in so doing brought about societal collapse.
Man.
One race had renounced war and devoted itself to the enrichment of its people.
Look at
They
that.
were conquered. Though they destroyed the enemy in reprisal, they could not regain their former
She's got
glory.
the aura.
One race had concluded that finite time was the root of all woes. Aspiring to shatter its shackles, they went in search of infinity.
It's that the emotion.
They discovered nothing is infinite, and that neither time or death can be cheated. Disillusioned, they gave up on the future and themselves. One race had discarded all things that gave rise to sorrow, hoping to have only joy.
We gotta talk about all this
They
after.
found joy lost its savor in the absence of sorrow, and lost their will to live.
This is like the monkey's paw thing.
Though worlds apart, these peoples shared a belief. The belief that they had tried their best. That they had tried to fulfill their potential with every step and success. In the course of which, they learned
Oh.
that they would never be free of fear and sorrow, anger and despair, of loneliness, so long as they yet lived.
Okay, spooky vibes have come back a little bit here.
Even now their souls cry out for oblivion. And to this song of anguish, I lend my voice. We lend our voice.
Okay.
Oh, beloved mankind, shimmering jewels of beautiful Etheris, rejoice, for we will free you from the cruel yoke of existence.
Yeah, Meteion is the conduit.
There is no need to struggle in vain, for in nihility awaits salvation. You will know peace and serenity, and it will be beautiful. We will make our nest at the edge of the universe, and there in the dark of dead worlds hoard sorrow and suffering.
Man.
There we will sing, our chorus ever louder and ever clearer, that our song may reach even this ether-shrouded star.
I was so caught up in
Such is the answer we have found in the stars. Such is the gift we now offer to Etheris.
this is pretty creepy. I was so caught up in Hermes being the trigger. But it makes sense that it's Meteion. The conduit to energy
decide our fate, to decree we live or die.
or to emotion. Oh!
Have you lost your mind? You heard what she said. She means to destroy us all, yet you'd still take her side?
Oh my god.
In the name of the star, we have discarded those creations that we deemed flawed. If we ourselves are flawed, does not stand to reason that we too should be discarded.
Oh, this hurts me.
That's
This-
sophistry, and you know it.
Perhaps it is. Perhaps I am wrong. Who is to say that you are right?
5 seconds before that, I had literally given up all expectation that Hermes was about
Let us
to
settle this with a determination.
like do anything.
In my authority, as Chief Overseer of ELPIS. I will make a judgment on man's fitness to exist.
Damn.
If he can learn to value all life and retain his will to live, even should his end be justified, he will surely find a way to revert his demise. If not, he will perish from the start.
We gotta go back and read
As
some of
with
this
all
dialogue.
determinations, provisions must be made to ensure fairness. Kairos, awaken!
Is that a clock?
Memory reconfiguration system Kairos activated. Awaiting instruction.
13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Universal memory alteration. Target area, Ktisis Hyperboreia. Starting point. Arrival of Emmet Selk of the Convocation at Propylion. Endpoint. The present.
Wait, well, hold on. That's a
Erase the
thing?
memories of all events, and replace with a vague recollection of the following.
That's
I was here, preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to Emmet Selk and Hythlodaeus. Meteion's shared consciousness became unstable. She and her sisters could not sustain their existence, and all dissipated with a burst. The resultant shockwave accidentally triggered Kairos, which erased several days of memories from all present. Execute.
There's a lot happening right now.
Acknowledged. Initializing. 3 processes remaining to execution.
Is he really strong enough to hold like the
Bravo.
Emmet Selk?
I dare say one would be hard-pressed to make it fairer.
And Venat shackled up right now?
Everything that you told us, everything that has happened, the fact we've even met, it will all be gone.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. That's why they don't really remember us in the future. That answers my question when we first came here, like,
Go, Meteion. To the edge of the universe, where none can reach you.
Hermes, won't you come with me? If you were to shed your flesh, I should be able to carry you.
I will remain. As a man, I will oppose the oblivion you bring.
Silly fool. Had you said yes, I would have granted you the gentlest end.
this is crazy. This is definitely something I have to rewatch. Again, there's Venat. All right, come on.
This ends here!
Fly, Meteion!
Seeing this the second time, I'm seeing so much new stuff. That's what I'm saying. There's so much happening here right now.
That is far enough, Hermes!
Argos, to me!
I'm kind of speechless right now. I feel like I usually have a lot to say.
Process complete. 2 remaining to execution of memory reconfiguration.
I was trying to figure out if the memory reconfiguration goes through or
As if
not.
we needed more pressure. No matter what, you cannot forget what happened today. For it is the key to saving your future. Your world. This fight is our fight. What comes after, our problem to contend with. Not yours.
I just want to...
No. Your own struggle awaits. And no one else can take your place.
I just want these guys to be okay. I just want...
You must flee this place with your memories intact. And I will see that you do.
Like, after meeting, like, Emmet Selk
Now
and
then, where is it?
Hythlodaeus and Venat this time,
There you are, my little confluence.
Like how she's still riding, like, very elegantly on Argos. Is she gonna get... I mean, she's not gonna catch her. The final days are about to...
Almost.
Oh!
Very well then. You may elude us this day, but not forever.
Oh, she put like a tracker or something. That's what we have to go off of in the future. We got a tracker to
Meteion's gotten away.
wherever the hell she...
Second process complete. One remaining to execution.
Okay.
Ugh. No time for brooding. Listen well. Beyond lies a spatial confluence that connects the interior sections of this building.
That's how we won't be affected, right?
I will destroy the confluence and force open a way outside. When I do, you must jump through.
I cannot tell you how sorry I am,
Oh, Hermes, my boy.
but neither can I let you escape.
Oh no! You know, it's about time that Kev steps in front. I'm just saying, throughout the whole game, steps in front of someone who's about to be attacked and takes the blow for them.
Too brave by half. Exemplary work, as always, Emmett Selk.
What? But how? I thought the confluence was over.
You don't doubt Emmett Selk, man. Emmett
Over
Selk
there.
is...
Yes, we were rather hoping you would.
It was never anywhere but where it is now. The instant those two began making their way towards nothing, 'twas clear the plan was a diversion.
Emmett Selk is so
I'm
badass.
quite incapable of destroying a confluence, I must confess.
I swear, man. This character.
Gambit brazen beyond words. Though we've grown accustomed to reckless improvision due to the antics of an incorrigible associate. Though, in the case of certain present company, incorrigible is an understatement. Honestly, I'm beginning to suspect it's a requirement for every Azen.
There we go.
There's no time! Quickly! Even now, I do not believe your tale. I would not suffer us to walk such a wretched path.
What a...
Still, if it must be said, do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
Oh shit, I just got the body tingles. I just got... What a
Final
character.
process complete. Executing universal memory alteration.
Okay, so this makes a little more sense of why...
Argos.
It makes sense why Venat is conscious enough to propel us towards the future with her enchantment, etc. Prepare for what's to come. And also why Emmett Selk, when we meet him in our present time, why... I mean, like, since I got here, I was trying to think, like, man, does Emmett Selk, when we interacted with him in our present/future, did he remember us from the past? This is why he didn't really, like, remember us. Aside our essence, he doesn't remember everything that transpired.
Can it be true? Are we the only ones left who see beauty in the world? In life? Are the stars above no more than husks of fallen civilizations?
So this is a conversation to be had that would apply to, you know, our present world, us in real life, right? Kind of glass half full, glass half empty, like.
I feel her. Though she is unimaginably distant, I feel Meteion's presence. And the place where to we must go.
Oh, the music. The music's back, this one. I get returned to, we'd already talked about this, I get returned to Xanderkin vibes from this one.
She has already left the outermost bounds of Aetheris, and continues on her way. Given the vastness of the universe, it will still be no easy feat to track her down.
Are we gonna go back to space in our present time then, to track down Meteion here?
But thanks to Emmet Selk and his Ladeus, all is not lost. We remember.
What became of the others, I wonder?
Given the likely state of their memories, however, it would be imprudent for us to approach them directly. In which case...
What a good pup.
I am sorry, my friend. I've asked much of you this day. But may I trouble you one last time? Argos will investigate in our stead. We will share in his consciousness and see and hear as if we were with him. Now, close your eyes and open your mind.
I just always, I feel so comforted around this character. Like, me as the player, I just feel, like, comforted. You know, the Hermes. Yeah.
Thank goodness you are unharmed.
Unharmed? There is a gaping hole in my memories. I can scarcely remember arriving here in ELPIS.
Damn, I'm just thinking how things would be different if, like, Emmet Selk was able to, and Hythlodaeus, but Emmet Selk, most of all, was able to escape too. Imagine how much that would change our entire playthrough.
Such an unfortunate accident. Oh, and what of Venat and your other companion? You went inside together, as I recall.
We did?
If Venat was with us, I have no recollection of
I
it.
just like his sass. Yeah, like you were talking about, his sass in all types of events, leisurely walking around ELPIS, high stakes battle, forgotten memories, still sassy.
I haven't the slightest notion who this other companion might be, however.
At least in our present future, we did get to meet, I mean, we definitely met Emmet Selk, but we got to meet Hythlodaeus. Not just an aberration of him, but his actual, you know, spirit form.
Once you are fit to travel, you will return with us to Amarot. We need to make certain there are no other ill effects. Also, I am here on business of the 14. We've already had the conversation, like as not, but since your toy wiped my memory, we'll have to have it again.
Now, I do wonder if this Hermes does go on, take a seat in the convocation, and then, or to, yeah, the, what's it called? Fandaniel, the Fandaniel seat.
This Kairos, it manipulates memories through the emission of etheric waves, correct? There is a theory which holds that memories scoured by blasts of ether are restored when the soul is cleansed in the underworld.
Oh, did we effectively, after our whole, like, Emmet Selk debacle, cleanse his soul via the underworld, like via defeating him? Is that what happened?
If true, then perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
Is that why, like, we're getting the narration and everything? Like, he's still with us, you know? What a sequence of events, huh? When we were going through the whole thing, I'm wondering if she also knew that, like, her carrying out her program would affect her in that way too, because at the time she just seemed mostly concerned about Hermes, right? I don't want Hermes. She was definitely concerned about Hermes and how Hermes would react. I wonder if she even knew that, like, she would also react in that way, Hermes said he's on the side of Meteion. Whether that's why he didn't go with Meteion. Whether that's because he is mankind or wants to fight for mankind, I don't know. Oh, I took that part of more as trying to find the right way to explain it. Because obviously, if he opposed Meteion, he wouldn't have shackled Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus and Venat and us. Like, if he opposed her 100%, he wouldn't do that. I think it was more of a nod to like this is the world that we have sowed. Like, you reap what you sow. This is what we have sowed. You do your thing. Like, I've aided you, you do your thing. I'm gonna live out my final days as mankind. Because that is our, you know, comeuppance, sort of. Kind of like a I don't know if repentance is the actual word I'm looking for here. I don't even know if it's like phase 2 of his project. I don't think to me it didn't sound like he was thinking like, oh yeah, this is gonna be part of my plan. I don't think he like planned it out as like, yeah, this is gonna be phase 2 of my plan, you know, to aid you or to bring about the destruction of this world. I think it was more of a like a repentance, sort of like to live out the rest of his final days as man, to suffer as man. Yeah, this section here when she was talking about how all these races had striven for something, it reminded me of like the monkey's paw. Like, this one race renounced their relationships to avoid interpersonal strife, and in doing so they brought about like societal collapse. Another race had renounced war. In turn, they got conquered, right? Kind of like the monkey's paw. But I think this whole thing, I mean, it's kind of like in the end, you know, we all just perish. Like, we're all gonna die and everything, which, you know, we know it. Like, it's a harsh stance to take, but it's also like in this game, that's where all that like dark energy, that dark emotion is coming from. But if only, you know, they had the spiritual fortitude to be like, yeah, you know, life, you know, this all ends, but maybe that's what makes life, you know, kind of worth living. Because to give the example with one of these civilizations here who tried to, you know, negate the effects of time, right? And so they found no joy in the present, or something like that, right? Hermes thought putting down failed creations was wrong. I wonder what his relationship with his mentor guy was like, the guy that they were asking Hermes to replace. I bet I think he had a really good relationship with his mentor. That's why he adored his mentor so much, and that's why he didn't want his mentor to return to the star. This is after Hermes kind of shackles us, right? He says, in the name of the star, we have discarded those creations that we deem flawed. If we ourselves are flawed, does it not stand to reason that we too should be discarded? So by that point in time, Hermes had kind of already been like, you know, hey, I deserve to, like I don't deserve to go on, kind of. Okay, this is the part I wanted to revisit. If he can learn to value all life and retain his will to live, even should his end be justified, he will surely find a way to avert his demise. I mean, kind of a part reason why he decided to, you know, not go with Meteion. In his eyes, he's like, I'm either going to rejoin mankind and we're all going to die and be discarded like we should, or I'm going to rejoin mankind and we can and if we learn to value all life and retain our will to live, if we can learn to value all life, then we will avert this demise. So either way, to him, it was kind of like, we either die and, you know, we deserve it, or we learn to value this life and all lives, and we will overcome this, and I will be with my peoples again. He wants to fight for his cause, which was his belief of not ended failed creations. Yeah. More than just, yeah, more than, I mean, it's not just specifically failed creations, but it's just learning to value life in general, like his predecessor, like his, like the current Fandaniel. Like, he doesn't want that Fandaniel to return to the star. In Hermes' eyes, he values that guy's life and his contributions, and like, why should he return to the star? Why should he die when there's so much more for him to give? Like, what's the point of just going back to the star, right? Not that anyone knows this challenge is even in place. Yeah, not even he knows. Well, currently in present time, not only he doesn't know it's in place, but at the time when he was making these choices and to not go with Meteion, like, he knew, yeah, it's either this or that. Like, we're either all gonna die, or we're gonna, you know, learn to value our lives and overcome this, and we'll be okay. Provisions must be made to ensure fairness, you know, wipe our memories, Okay, yeah, that makes more sense too. Ensure our fairness. So in the case of, you know, if we do learn to value our lives and overcome and avert this demise, I don't want it to be because Emmett Selk and Venat and Hythlodaeus remember what happened here. Remember this darkness that's coming, and because of trying to avert that darkness, now they're changing their values. Now they're trying to make a change in this world. I want to erase everyone's memories so that if we do learn to overcome this and value our lives, it's because we chose to do so, not just because we're threatened with death or extinction. It's because we truly in our hearts believe it. That's why he's wiping. He's wanted to wipe the memories there. If we are going to value all life and retain our will to live and avert this demise, we're going to do it not because we're threatened with extinction and it's just a means to an end. We're going to do it because it's the right thing to do. He wants it to be organic, not because, you know, we're pointing a gun to our head saying if we don't do this, we're going to die. He wants it to be because it, you know, it's organic and it comes from the heart and it's the right reason. That's why I think he went with the whole memory thing. As sadistic as this whole scene of events sound, I feel like a part of him is still kind of holding on to hope. Otherwise he would have just went with Meteion and we would have all just died. What's the hubris of this society of Amarant? Because the other nations, they sought to, you know, live eternally. I guess the hubris here is that, you know, people here, in his eyes, they don't value creation life. You know, to them, it's just an ends to a means for the advancement of our society, for the advancement of our star. Nothing else like matters, right? And in that pursuit of the star and its well-being, they disregard whatever's out there. It takes backseat to us and our star, kind of, right? Thou must live, die, and know. This is the final quest. I looked it up just to double check. Final quest, and then we're on to the last little arc here in Endwalker, which is crazy. Hands down, the best arc in Final Fantasy. This little arc here. I know it's, you know, the importance of it because we're getting so many answers, but just 10 out of 10, 20 out of 10 arc, most memorable. Yo, I don't want to say goodbye. I actually really don't want to say goodbye. Being in this arc and meeting Venat and Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus and Hermes and understanding Dynamis and just being here during their heyday, during their present time and seeing how they live, I don't want that to end. Because we know what the future holds.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home. You must return to your own battlefield. Make use of the knowledge you have attained, that your days here and our friends' sacrifice be not in vain.
They're all gonna die. I'm so sad about that. I just knowing, I mean, she knows. They all know what's about to happen. Well, only she knows now. Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus did know, but now their memories are. Elidibus is probably very disappointed in Warrior Light's action. I mean, he's probably disappointed, but we were meant to interact with this world. Because his thing wasn't only don't change the past, it was don't interact with anyone here, just watch. But we were meant to interact and intervene. In doing so, causing the final days. No, us intervening actually is what helps us in the future. It's what gives Venat the knowledge to help us in the future. Because even if we didn't intervene, Meteion would have still given that report to Hermes. If we didn't intervene and tell Venat and Hythlodaeus and Emmett Selk anything, Hermes would have still heard the report from Meteion, and Meteion would have still gone all cuckoo. And they would have still done the same thing, I'm pretty sure, right? You're saying we created a god? We pretty much created a god. Timelines, whatever.
Must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold.
Yeah, go get your Heidelin group ready to go, okay? Those are the people that you can trust, I'm sure.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. Were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe. Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come.
Knowing what I know, whatever Venat chooses to do is what is supposed to happen for our future, no matter what she chooses. Whether to bring Hermes into the fold or, you know, whoever she decides to bring into the fold is meant to happen by this point, right?
Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist.
Again, that goes back to the whole dialogue that Hermes had. His whole speech. We're either all gonna die and be discarded as we should be, or we will prove that mankind is worthy to exist and overcome this.
We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead.
It's the only way we can win.
Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls, yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us, we cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path.
I actually do wonder if our present future that we're going to return to is any different from how we left it.
And I pray you walk with me to the end.
Oh, it happened again. If we walk to the end, the Endwalkers. We will walk to the end together.
As you move forward, so too will I. As will all, resolved to fight for the morrow.
Yep. All right.
And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion.
I feel so comforted. I'm feeling very emotional right now. It might not show on the outside, but inside, all kinds of emotions.
She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise.
Okay, we're going. That's right.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandani.
Oh, he's taking it. Taking the seat. We're seeing it. As we're going back into the future, we're seeing things come to pass again. Final days, red, screaming. Venat. Amaranth. Destruction. People are fleeing. Here's Venat.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations.
Oh, turning.
Such is the lament of they who have gone before.
I wonder, what was the oh my god, that thing is
The song
hideous.
of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end.
It's Attack on Titan. Man, she's just walking gallantly.
That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer Hope's creation.
These are the calmest people in the entire city right now.
It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiark.
Oh, did he just give the order?
And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days.
Oh. Ithel went to sacrifice himself for Zodiark.
Yet the cries echoed still.
That's what happened.
We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable.
I thought Emixelt gave the order to Hithlo to give the order to everyone else
A
to
reality
do it.
too terrible to bear.
But Hythlodaeus...
And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
No, I like the way you said it better. That made it more... I think you're...
wrong. Why must we suffer so?
I think you're right.
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
Oh my god. This is so epic.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion.
That's like the worlds that they discovered, right?
Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
They sought to end suffering.
We can't accept it. We won't accept it. It will be ours again. A world free of sorrow.
That's the hubris. That's the
No,
downfall.
It will not, for there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
This is why you took up the Hydaelyn side. No more sacrificing. We can't bring back those we lost.
O mighty Zodiark, God born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
Damn, it's crazy to see it in action here. Oh. Like, I can't let you do this.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
She would save what's left of it. Right?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward.
Oh, Mama Heidelin.
So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us.
Oh, this is it.
No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk.
Yo, this is insane. This is it. It's the sundering. This how strong is she? She's strong as hell. She's hella strong. This music is dope. This whole arc has been so good. We're getting all the answers, all the lore.
All this excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment.
I need to rewatch all this again.
I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague.
So we can learn to overcome it, right? The suffering, he said it, suffering is part of the world.
In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die?
Ooh.
As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest.
This is crazy right now. This is so good.
A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you.
Is that?
To find joy even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting.
Oh, that's creepy. But the juxtaposition with the eyes is...
A conjunction has begun to form. An intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake. And your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable. Then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Wow. Wow. I'm actually kind of speechless. I need to rewatch that just to take everything in here. I'm not moving a step forward. I'm going back to the gold saucer here. This is this is crazy. Cutscene where she's walking and all beat up is insane. Yeah, I think it's just showing the parallel between our journeys. I mean, we're essentially walking the same journey as her. We are of Venat, right? What exactly is beating her up? So one of my thoughts about that is part of what's beating her up, it was just showing the journey that she had to take. So another thought I had was it's her kind of bearing the suffering of others, of the people, like she's kind of bearing that on herself a little bit, kind of like, you know, how Jesus, you know, I'm not religious, but Jesus got crucified to bear, you know, the sins of the people, right? Or whatever, however that goes, right? Kind of similar to her, she's kind of bearing that suffering. That's one way I kind of looked at it too. But overall, just the toil it's taken her on her journey as, you know, Venat, Hydaelyn, on our journey as we are kind of one and the same. That's kind of how I thought about it.